Hi folks, we're going to do the coolant today in this Toyota Corolla. It's a 1.4 D4D engine as found in Corollas in Europe and also in the Auris model. So there's a drain plug on the radiators in these, and it's kind of hard to see from top down actually. It's just beside where the battery is on the battery side, and it's just kind of hidden here by this cable, but there's a kind of a yellow, let me see if I can get it in frame. You can just about see it down there. It's just a kind of a winged plug. So the easiest way to get at it, of course, is just underneath the car. So I've just jacked it up, stuck the car on axle stands, and as you can see, there's the drain plug right there, so you can get easy access to it from here. There we go, we just have the coolant draining out now. There's the plug that we removed. Has no ring on it, so just inspect that for any damage. This one looks fine, so we'll just be reusing it. So what we'll do now is we'll unscrew the coolant cap so that it flow a bit quicker. And you can hear the difference in flow once we unscrew it there, so it obviously holds in the coolant quite a bit when we don't do that. So we'll just let it drain out now and do its thing. Now just to finish off the flush, we have put the garden hose down into the expansion bottle there and just let it run clear. So just had the garden hose in there for about 2 minutes, and it flushes out the rest of the coolant in the radiator and all of that. So just let it drip dry now until it runs dry, and then we'll put the plug back in and then start filling it up. Okay, so I've just put the bung back in again, and we'll just screw it tight again. You want to make sure this is pretty tight actually, because if it works this way loose, the car could lose all its coolant, so it's extremely important to make sure that this is tightened up properly. So now with the coolant all drained out of the tank, there is going to be a slight bit of coolant still left in the expansion bottle, as you can see down at the bottom there. So what we'll do is we'll just start filling half coolant and half water. So I think the capacity of this thing is probably around 4.5 litres, somewhere between about 4 and 5 litres. So we'll keep doing it in 500 millilitre increments and just see how far we get. Now we've just started to fill up the coolant bottle here. As you can see, it's starting to suck in all of the coolant, so we just keep topping it up, so every time it gets down to this level we add more. So the ratio here for this climate here is about half and half, so we add about for every 500 milliliter of coolant we add the same in water, and that should give us a pretty good protection against frost. There, as you can see, the car is ticking over, and we're just waiting for the thermostat to open on the engine, so we have to kind of wait for that to open up, and then we should expect the coolant to drop even further. So we've put in, I think at this point we've put in around just below 4 litres. So I don't know if you can just about see that there. You can see the liquid coming through from the radiator in this hose, and this is the outward side of the expansion tank. So it's just dropping very slowly over time, but we're just waiting for the, as I said, the thermostat to open and let the coolant flow around the engine itself. So once that happens, we should expect to see it drop even further, and then that should be our final point at which we have to fill it up to the top, and then it should pretty much stay there then. So I've just taken the car for a long drive now, just to make sure that the thermostat opened and make sure that we have enough coolant in the system. So I think it took just over 4 litres to do this in total, and with a 50-50 mix as we use in this climate, that gives us protection beyond to maybe minus 16 or minus 20 degrees Celsius. That'll give us good protection to that kind of level. So you'd probably need at least 2 litres of coolant to do the change in this. So realistically, I think it only really needs done every 5 years or so, but you have to remember that coolant also gives you protection against corrosion in your engine, so it's always a good idea to replace it in case there's any rust or anything in there, because effectively your water pump has to there's any rust within it, it has to drive that rust around the whole of the cooling system as well, so it stops that from happening. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you want to check out my YouTube channel, I also have a lot of other videos about Toyotas and various repair work that I do. So please consider hitting the like button on this video and hitting the subscribe button as well if you want to check out some of those other Toyota videos that I do. Okay, we'll catch you in the next video.